Hello, my dears. My name is Joanna, and I'll welcome you to Johanna Draconis, the Deconstruction of CPDS podcast. In this episode, we will talk about how we end up in bad relationships. Not that there is a foolproof way, but we suffering from PTSD or the like often find that we keep having bad relationships. Be it family, friends, partner, coworker, simply any form of relationship. You are not only imagining it. It is something that is known, and it is really important to understand the reason behind. This is an overview. If you want more of a specific point, please tell me. Either way, let us dive into it and find the reason why. I could, without a doubt, fill a library with this question. Human relationships are a huge topic with many nuances and complications and the like. So this episode is here to give you the short answer so you know where you need to look. Also, this only covers a segment where you get screwed over by PTSD and the like. Not the kind where you screw yourself over. That is up to you. It is also worth reminding that we're talking about any sort of relationship, not just a romantic one. We are going into the two main factors and then into the consequences that follow it. For the first factor, I want to say beforehand that this is independent of how good or bad everything else was. When you are around roughly 0 to 2 years old, the relationship with your primary caregiver, usually a parent, will shape your form of attachment. The later years will reinforce or lessen it. Of course, there's always room for adjustment. You learn how much you can rely on your primary caregiver to fulfill your needs and keep you alive. If all goes well, and a majority of people it does, it is a secure attachment. If not, it is either avoidant, ambivalent, or disorganized. This may lead to an inability to trust others, being clingy, problems with intimacy, unable to share thoughts, insecurity, bad at dealing with breakups, negative self-image, and the like. So, in other words, simplified, if you have been feeling insecure and or not confident in a relationship, be it about yourself or your counterpart, then you should really look into this topic. The second factor, from the age of roughly 2 to 6 years, we learn our definition of normal. That means we learn how a normal relationship and a normal day looks like. At least in theory we do. We learn how we are treated is how it should be. So, if you grow up in a household where when a person enters the room slaps everyone, then you will perceive that as normal and repeat that behavior until you learn otherwise. And if you get treated badly, you will think that it is okay and normal. You are most likely reliving your relationship you had as a child, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in combination with the first factor, this means you will accept to be treated in a specific way, sadly often in a bad way, because you don't know it differently. And the sad truth is, people will treat you the way you let them get away with. If they don't like boundaries or you saying no and standing up for yourself, they do not have your best interest at heart. You should have been taught to stand up for yourself as a child, as a way to ensure your well-being. If you haven't, I strongly recommend learning how to do it. With these two factors in mind, a lot will make suddenly sense. There is also the consequence that these factors influence your body language, how you move, how you talk, how you express yourself, how you word things, and so on. Now this has two consequences. One, you will this way attract similar people, who are similar unhealthy or in a similar position or share the same mentality and so on. And they will not encourage positive change and attack you for changing, meaning you will have a less to no supportive social network. The other one is that you will attract abusers, who are drawn to these signals and know you will be a good target. You will accept being treated in a way that no healthy person would. And they know exactly how to push the buttons they need to, as they know the insecurities and weak spots. This allows them to easily trap their victims and make escaping them incredibly hard. It is best to avoid them as much as you can. If you are unsure if you're in a bad relationship, ask yourself, do I feel comfortable, secure, and protected in this relationship? Does it make me happy? If not, it might be wise to look into it. And ask yourself why you are in that relationship. Obligation shouldn't be the reason. But that and more is a whole other topic we might get into another time. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it helpful. Hope you are safe and well. And as always, if you have any questions or feedback and the like, please let me know at contactme@johannatakonis.com. More information and transcripts you can find as usually under johannatakonis.com/podcast. Information regarding therapy you can find under johannatakonis.com/therapy, and links are in the description. I hope to see you next time. Watch yourself and have a wonderful time.